Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.
This is something that comes along every now and then in generation, and it's special.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Lawrence OKOLIE. Lawrence, it seems a while since I've interviewed you. How are you?
Oh yeah, I'm well, thanks. How are you?
Very well, thanks. Thanks for asking, Lawrence. Yeah, a bit of a disappointment the way this has panned out. I mean, you are fighting, so we'll come on to that in a bit, but this was always being billed as kind of your opportunity to become world champion against Glowacki this Saturday, and how did you kind of cope with that not being the case?
I kind of just had to be realistic and say it's been a hard year for everyone, you know, and these things happen, you know, COVID strikes, COVID's done a lot more than take a world title fight away from me, you know what I mean? So I have to really not be too self-orientated and kind of just realise I'm blessed to still be able to fight, still be healthy myself, so I'm just really looking forward to Saturday.
Obviously, when we found out Glowacki had tested positive, there was a race against time to try and secure your opponent, primarily within the first 15 opponents of the WBO, which means you could have still fought for the title, but that was again going to be difficult. A lot of fighters tied up, others not ready, etc. for whatever reason, so that wasn't to be the case. But JEZEWSKI comes in. What do you know about him?
I know he was meant to be boxing on the 11th of December, so he was already in shape, stuff like that. He's also from Poland, same as Glowacki. So he's coming in really, really motivated. I've watched a couple interviews, and I feel like they want to have like a big Polish, you know, box office fight for the world title. So I have to completely destroy that dream.
Excuse me. So obviously, when I spoke to Eddie Hearn on Monday of this week, he was kind of still dangling with the thought of the WBO approving JEZEWSKI as an opponent for that world title, but we're assuming kind of Wednesday now that we would have heard something if that was the case.
Same, and for me, like I stopped kind of putting emphasis on the world title. Now I'm just, you know, focused on beating a fighter. When it was Glowacki, I said to myself, you know what, just strip it all down and it's just you versus him. Same way with this one, I'm just focusing on Big J. I don't have to say his name, do you know what I mean?
I don't think anyone does, to be honest with you. JEZEWSKI, we'll go with that anyway.
I don't know, but I'm just focusing on beating him well, and then I'm just continuing, really just getting momentum again, you know. I think everyone's had to deal with a year of no momentum because there's not really many fights to be had, so I'm just happy to really get out there.
So your attention really focuses on putting in a big performance this Saturday, obviously on the undercard of Joshua and Pulev, and just basically maintaining your position because you have to win to keep that position to fight Glowacki.
Yeah, absolutely, and even just down to Shane McGuigan as well, you know, there's certain stuff he wants to see from me in this fight that he's, you know, made very clear, very, very clear in training, so I need to make sure that I go out and execute, you know what I mean? Otherwise I might need a new trainer by the sounds of it, you know what I mean? So I'm going to go out there and do exactly what he said.
How has that relationship developed over time?
Yes, it's gone and going very well. I like him, I like the whole team, do you know what I mean, on a personal level, and in terms of actual just training, you know, the way that, you know, people have sparred and stuff before getting with him and early on compared to now, everyone has the same stuff to say, you know, like, oh wow, like you're so much better, so much more this and that. I don't want to go too much into all that stuff, but, you know, hopefully I'm able to execute on, you know, fight day, because I'm getting, you know, older and more mature, so I have to kind of have the confidence to do the stuff that needs to be done. Do you know what I mean?
You're always being linked with a sparring story, aren't you? A sparring myth over the years.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I mean, obviously, I'm good at sparring. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But I just need to be good at winning. I mean, a lot of people that I've sparred and, you know, trainers and stuff you know, from when I was, you know, early on in boxing. Oh, mate, you're going to go all the way. Saturday was meant to be my time to, yes, we were right. But, you know, I just have to wait, make sure I win this one, and then we'll go on to the next one.
So what was the deal with the sparring with you and Joe Joyce?
Is that a new one or something? No, me and Joe Joyce, yeah, it was, I mean, we've sparred loads of times because of, I was on a GB team together, and, you know, I enjoy sparring heavyweights because they're able to give me loads of rounds because, you know, they can take damage and give damage, so it's good.
Any thoughts on the new weight division that's being introduced by the WBC, the Bridger weight?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, the 190 for me would be like near enough impossible to make. But I thought I don't know what it is, the Bridger weight. But for me personally, that's a good introduction to heavyweight boxing, if that makes sense. So going from cruiserweight, that's a safer jump before you go up against the big boys. Do you know what I mean? So I like it.
Is it something you would potentially consider next year?
Oh, next year, I don't know. Obviously, it really depends on winning the world title. So I need to focus on beating Big J, and then we can go from there.
Big J indeed. Lawrence, just finally, obviously, your friend Anthony Joshua in a fight against Pulev, a mandatory defence of his world titles this week. Your prediction for that fight?
I think it's going to be a good-looking fight. I think it will be competitive for the first couple rounds because Pulev is an experienced, world-class stand-up boxer, so he'll be able to pose threats. You know, he'll be feinting, doing really good with his jab and stuff. But I think AJ will break him down, and I would like to say get to him in the middle to late rounds, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Obviously, this week, a lot of questions directed towards Anthony Joshua, focusing around Tyson Fury, which must be difficult for boxers to kind of get that out of your head, knowing that they've got a fight this week. But it happened when he fought Andy Ruiz, and a lot of people asking questions about the Wilder fight, etc. But Joshua's too mature and kind of knows that game, knows that side of it, shall we say, to be complacent over that and think about Tyson Fury.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. I feel like not only is he experienced in his own personal life, but I think, you know, yeah, it's like he knows that those fights don't happen unless he wins this one. So I'm sure he'll go in there, focus, and get it done.
Okay, Lawrence, appreciate your time. Wish you the best of luck on Saturday. Get the job done, and then hopefully that fight with Glowacki can be rescheduled for next year.
Thank you. God willing.
Top man.
This is something that comes along every now and then in generation, and it's special.
Is your debt causing you sleepless nights? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. And your debt won't be the only thing keeping you up at night. Debt KO, free, impartial advice on all your debt.